Last night, TNA Against All Odds, I believe the show was called, took place, and during this show we saw the return of Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy has officially left AEW and has joined Matt in TNA. Now, while I'm happy for Jeff that he's out of there and going to do something he wants to enjoy, right? I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at Matt Hardy, and I'm pissed off at TNA. And I'm going to explain why. On Thursday's show for TNA, they did a Hardy compound thing, right, where Moose and his group, The System, travelled into another dimension, yes, another dimension, to enter the Hardy compound, okay? Now, in this other dimension, Matt Hardy's youngest son, I believe, Wolfgang Hardy, somehow persuaded Eddie Edwards to transform into a werewolf. I am not joking. Here is an image of Eddie Edwards as a fucking werewolf. Okay, next, Matt Hardy pushes Moose into the lake of reincarnation, and Moose comes out dressed as himself as an NFL player, because apparently he used to play for the NFL, I think the New England Patriots, and yeah, so WWE and TNA are working together, okay, and TNA has a chance, once WWE start allowing bigger names like AJ Styles or Drew or whoever to turn up in TNA, a chance to grow a bigger audience and become the number 2 company again. They clearly don't want to do that, because all of the things I've just explained is not wrestling and does not make sense within wrestling, okay? Now, I'm one of the people that's excited for Uncle Howdy, which is going to happen this coming Monday, and one of the things I said that shouldn't happen with Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt group is no magic bullshit. They can be dark, they can be eerie, they can be spooky, ooh, but they can't be magic. It has to make sense within wrestling, okay? This isn't a horror movie, and for Matt Hardy's case, this isn't a parody horror comedy, which is what they're trying to do. But this shit does not make sense in wrestling. It was bad enough when Bray used to teleport into the ring, right? I get you can hide under the ring, cool, but the teleportation thing, no, right? And the red lighting he had in his matches was extremely off-putting, and all those things, right? But this shit just doesn't make sense, and TNA went way too fucking far with this. You turned a wrestler into a fucking werewolf. A werewolf! How does that make any sense in wrestling? And then when it had all finished, they returned back to our dimension, and there was all normal again. So, yeah, how does this make any sense? How does this make any sense? How did they get cameras in there? In this other, did the cameramen get sent to the other dimension? How did it get to TNA's production truck? How? Doesn't make any sense. Now, I know some things that don't make sense within wrestling we do somewhat allow. Such as, for example, LA Knight turning up at Logan Paul's house and being in his pool, right? Shit like that we can get by with because A, it was entertaining, and B, they made it work, as in Logan was being filmed by one of his guys, and so on and so on. So that's how you make something outside of the company work. But when you're going around and turning people into fucking werewolves. That's a bit too much for me. That's a bit too much for me. A lot of people are burying TNA right now, and rightfully so, man. Rightfully so. This shit was good in 2016, and it was good then because as wrestling fans, we were starved of anything entertaining because of Vince McMahon. Anytime we did get something entertaining during that time, it was taken away from us the following week. For example, Kevin Owens wins the Universal Championship. Oh my God! The following week, he's doing nothing. It's the same shit. We can't fucking let TNA get away with this. We can't. This is bad. Okay, doesn't make sense within wrestling. It's as bad, if not worse, than what AEW does. Okay, and we can not put up with this shit, man. We're in 2024. This is the era of realism. The era of realism, and we want wrestling to be a little bit more realistic, not werewolves. Okay, not magic lakes. Okay, the broken Matt Hardy gimmick can work in 2024 without all of that bullshit. Okay, if he expanded that character a bit and removed some of the craziness, the broken Matt gimmick and Brother Nero could easily work. But they're not doing that. Clearly, Matt has lost his fucking mind. And I'm glad that they're not a part of the Wyatt Six. Because it's so fucking terrible, man. It is bad. It is bad. Now, I know a couple of people are probably going to complain and unsubscribe because TNA are working with WWE. And oh my God, how dare I shit on TNA. But I'm not going to hide my own feelings in fear of someone unsubscribing, right? This shit was bad. Plain and simple, bad. But I'm happy for Jeff. I'm happy he's out of the AEW system because clearly they wasn't willing to do anything with him. Somewhat understandable because of the driving incident he had a couple of years ago. But at the same time, he's Jeff Hardy. They're the Hardys. And you don't do anything with the Hardys. And it's the same with WWE when they return there. They won a couple of tag team championships. But after that, they was treated like fucking jobbers. You don't do that with the Hardys, man. And now the Hardys are back in TNA. And this is the shit they're going to do. So, I think TNA is where the Hardys are going to end their career. And this is how they're going to do it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Let me know what you think in the comments below to all the things I've just said. Do you believe a man can turn into a werewolf? Do you believe a man can transform into a past version of himself as an NFL football player? American football player, may I add, because we don't call it, it's rugby for us. It's rugby, it's pretty much the same fucking thing. And do you believe that the Hardys are making a big mistake by doing this stupid shit? I do. I think they're making a big mistake. I don't think they're making a big mistake going to TNA, but doing this is a big mistake. Like, subscribe, follow me on X@crossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.